life-ribbon roller coaster. We are glad you're here with us today. My name is Jennifer Harrod, and I am the breast nurse navigator with Project 31. Today, we have a special guest with us. Her name is Tracy Tadlock, and she is the managing operator for Georgia Hair Solutions and Salon in Edmond, Oklahoma. As many survivors and thrivers that are going through chemotherapy know, they may have to face hair loss. Cancer takes so much from us as women, and many women feel they may want to maintain a sense of normality in their life and their appearance. I've invited Tracy here to discuss what options are available for our community, payment options, and steps to obtain a wig. But before we dive in today, I want to introduce you to Tracy. Tracy faced her own hair loss journey, which has brought her to where she is now, being able to minister to other ladies so that they may feel like themselves again and to get their confidence back. Tracy, do you mind sharing your story and your why?
I would love to. Thank you again for having me. I just feel so blessed and so privileged to be able to share my journey, even though it might not be the same journey as these ladies are going on, but I know hair loss is just a journey all of its own, whether it be through cancer, alopecia, just autoimmune diseases, anything. Hair is like our crown for us ladies. It's very important. But what sort of brought me on this journey and this ministry is my own hair loss. Like I said earlier, I was diagnosed with alopecia genetica. I also have had thyroid issues that really started it, and then later diagnosed with alopecia. So, as a good friend of mine would say, Diana, what my biggest insecurity, God has turned into a ministry. So I'm able to help ladies walk through this journey of hair loss and help them hopefully get on a short alternative or a long-term alternative for their hair. But I started out my hair loss journey back in 2018, and then I was blessed to find a topper. And that's sort of what led me into this industry. And I sold toppers for a particular company from about 18 to about 2020. Right after COVID hit is when I sort of broke off from them. But me and Diana, the owner of Georgia Hair, we met through this particular hair company, and we've been friends ever since. A lot of people ask why Oklahoma. This is because me and Dinah have been really good friends since 2018. She knows my heart. She knows we have the same type of heart, same type of ministry, that we want to reach out to the ladies to know that there is alternatives for your hair loss during your cancer journey.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. And for the ladies that don't know what a topper is, do you mind sharing that?
Yeah, a topper is, I do see some cancer ladies that haven't totally lost their hair, that their hair is thinning. Sometimes we discourage toppers because just depending on what you're going through. I've had one lady sitting in my chair that she's went through all of her treatments, but her hair is just thin. So what a topper is, I don't have any here with me today, unfortunately, but it's just a base that clips onto your hair, and there's different sizes of bases that you can use. They have like a 3x5, a 5x6.5, a 7x7, 8x8, and a 9x9, and they're all made differently, just to give you different looks, different textures, different volume. But they sort of sit here on the top of your head is what they do. One reason why we do discourage cancer patients is because your hair is so tender and it's so going through so much, is that sometimes those clips and those can cause they can cause breakage. They can cause what they call track marks. And your hair is so delicate going through your process that you're going through, that we sort of discourage those just because we don't want them to cause more damage than what your hair is already going through.
Right. Okay. So for our ladies in our community, what options are available? What are the different types?
Okay. You know, at Georgia Hair Solutions in Edmond and in Jackson, Georgia, we do have 2 locations. Diana runs and operates that location in Jackson, Georgia, and then I operate the one here in Edmond, Oklahoma. And we offer a full gamut, um, synthetics, human hair. We also offer toppers, of course. But for our cancer ladies, we always, depending on the length that you're wanting, if you're a shorter hairstyle like pixie, real short, we sort of go towards steer them towards synthetics because human hair is so hard to get in those real short haircuts. We are in the process of hopefully working and developing some shorter haircuts that if somebody wants that human hair option, they'll be able to get. And they're in production right now. I'm not sure when we're going to get them, but hopefully soon. Um, yeah. So, but as far as synthetics, we do offer those along with different lengths starting from 12-inch all the way to 20 to 22 inches as far as human hair lengths.
That's great. Okay. That's great information. And really, what's the difference in care and cost in synthetic compared to human?
As far as human, we try to stay on the lowest end as possible just because we know it is such a expense to you ladies. Our starting cost is anywhere from the shortest, which is 1,700, all the way up to 2,900 is what we're looking at. So the longer you go, the more expensive, of course, the wig is. Now synthetics, they range anywhere from 150 to 500-ish is what I say. And that's all based on how the cap's made. The nicer the cap, the more expensive the synthetic is going to be. So you have a different range there. Like today, I've got my human hair one on. I'll go through and I'm going to show you a couple different versions of what we have. This is a 14-inch that has been cut. And that's one thing I tell my ladies too, is that when you look at these, when you come into our shop, you will see that these have not been cut. These have not been styled. And why we leave those like that is because you make some of your own. You cut the style that you like. This one has been cut and tailored to me. The ones that you will see in our shop, like I said, have not been cut or touched. So that way you can give it your own personal touch, is what we say, sort of. So I go in between a couple of human hair wigs. This is one. I'm going to take off so that way you ladies can sort of see. I have such a small head. I have what they call a velvet grip band. And just so you sort of see, ladies, this is me. This is me right here. So I don't have much hair. So this is why I do what I do. And I love going to work every day to be able to help you ladies through this journey. And breast cancer is very special to me because my mother-in-law went through this journey she'll be cancer-free 2 years in December. So this is just very, very important to me as far as helping every single lady. But this is one of my second favorites. I should say Diana will probably say it's my most favorite because she sees me all the time in it. But this is our hat hair. And so what we tell ladies is that, got something on this. If you're a big hat wearer, this is a must. We don't like to wear hats with our human hair just because I learned this the hard way. And this is why I express this to my ladies very much. This lace is so delicate and so tender. If you wear hats with these, the friction and everything will rub these knots loose and you'll start losing hair and it will start tearing up this lace. And that even goes for synthetics also too. Synthetics and human, you don't want to wear hats with them, especially your lace front synthetics, because I've seen that happen to some ladies also. But with this hat hair, this is great. You just sort of, I'm going to sort of throw it on here.
Sure.
Do my little hat flip here. And ladies, when you do these, you always want to find these little ear tabs. Always grab them and move the wig this way. You don't want to grab, let's say if there's lace up here, because that's going to pull. That will loosen those knots and pull out that hair. But this is my hat hair.
Cute.
So that's just like that. So isn't that just cute? It's easy. It's just go, and you have less hair up here, so it's going to be cooler too.
Okay.
And that's one good thing about hat hair that I just love.
Love that.
And this comes in different lengths. We have 16, 18, and 20. They go pretty fast, so I try to keep them in stock as much as we can, but they do sell out pretty quick. But as far as human hair, that is sort of just a couple options. And as far as human hair, we say they last anywhere from 1 to 2 years. I've had this piece, it'll be 2 years in October. One thing that you'll see probably most out of them that goes is the lace. And, because these don't have the natural oils on our hair. So these are going to dry out a lot quicker than our normal hair. So those are probably two things that you'll see. As far as care, anything professional, sulfate-free with these shampoos. A couple that I use is Biolash, the hydrating set, which is really good. It puts a lot of hydration. Redken, acidic color gloss, which it's sulfate-free, and it's like pH, so it helps balance that pH in them. So those are just a couple of shampoos that I use personally for my own. And then also, I've not got any yet, but Diana at Georgia Hair has her own line, which is great too. And I've not got any at the house, so I need to get some here for me, but it smells really good. It's like a coconut scent, so it's tropical. But she has her own line with sulfate-free conditioners and shampoos, and a 3-in-1 heat protectant and leave-in conditioner also there at the shop that we offer. As far as hairsprays, we always recommend Moroccan oil, just a medium hold, just because you don't want a lot of buildup on these. The more product you put, the faster it's going to dry out your hair on your wig. So these are just some things that I've personally used and learned throughout wearing my wigs. Also, as far as heat, we say no more than 350 degrees on any type of heat styling tools. And this wig here that I just had on, and I'll put my wig back on so I'm not totally bald throughout this whole thing. So this wig here has been curled for 4 weeks. I've not touched it since day one. So they do hold curl very well. And if I do anything to it, if I do touch it up, I just touch up these top areas right here. So we say washing every 3 to 8 weeks, just depending on how often you wear it. I'm more of a 6 to 8 week girl, but I have several wigs that I alternate. I think Diana's more of a 4 to 5 week girl. Some people do wash their wigs every week, and that's fine. I've just noticed the more that you wash them, the faster this hair's going to dry out. So that's why I go longer in between washes. And then as far as synthetic hair, it's a little bit different. I did bring some synthetics. This is fun. We carry any brands from Ellen Villa, John Renault, Raquel Welch. It's a little bit different in between each store as far as what we carry. We both do carry John Renault and Raquel Welch, and I carry here in Oklahoma, Ellen Villa. But this one is a fully hand-tied, so this is sort of going to be your top of the line as far as the synthetics. So most of those range anywhere from $500 and above. This is one that I've had for a while, but I don't wear it every day. I lean towards more of my human. I've gotten a little bit spoiled with my human. But these are great because if it's a rainy day, these don't lose shape. If you've got a
Oh,
curly one, they stay in the curl. If you've got a human curly one, you get in the rain, it's going to go flat. So, humidity, Diana wore her curly hair synthetic for her daughter's wedding because it was rainy. Her hair never messed up. It stayed perfect. So, as
oh,
far as one, this one's a synthetic. A lot of times you'll hear the comment, oh, it seems so much thicker. Well, some are because of what they have called permatease. And this one is more of a lighter density one because it's all hand tied synthetic. So it has less density throughout. And it has, to me, what I call a more realistic type of density for human hair. But this is an Ellen Villa. She's a synthetic, just a hand tied. But with this one, and I'll keep this one on, this is a Rockhill Welch, and this is Big Spender. And she's the one I usually wear. If you can tell, she's sort of a pink color, frosted. But she's a mono top.
okay.
And then this is the special cap, mostly for those ladies that might be going through treatment that have no hair. It has silicone grips on it. Some of their caps, it just depends on the cap and the style that you get in those. But this one here, she is a lot more density. She's a wave one, as you can see, but the lighting isn't the best, but she has a pink tone to her. So she is one that I wear for breast cancer month, just in support of my breast cancer lady and my mother-in-law. But as an average lifespan, we say that these usually last anywhere from 3 to 6 months if you wear them every day. If you have one or two, you might get that longer wear because you're washing one, wearing one is what we say. So as far as products, any type of synthetic shampoo, hair you wear, has a really good one. John Renault has a really good one also. We carry the Rockhill Welch shampoo and Restore spray, which is like a leave-in conditioner heat protectant. One thing too that you'll see different in synthetics is that you have some regular fibers, some that are heat-friendly fibers. John Renault just came out with another heat-friendly fiber that's even supposed to be lighter than our hair fibers and our own human hair. So with the heat-friendly fibers, you might see what they call like a heat friction. And so that is like the daily rubbing on your shirts, on your jackets, and the ends will start becoming frizzy. And so when that happens, what you'll do is after you've washed it, you've put your heat protectant in it, mostly if it is heat friendly, you can go in with a flat iron to these little ends. And just depending on the brand that you have is going to depend on the heat that you use. So that's very important to check. With Raquel Welch, it's 350. So if I needed to do any type of correction with this, I would wash it out, get it all. I do this after I wash it. You would go through the washing process. It has to be wet because that's what sits in the fiber. So what you need to do is take that flat iron is what I do, just little sections, and it has to sizzle, which human hair, you don't want it to sizzle. This hair you do. But I take little sections and I just run that flat iron through there until I get that smoothness out is what I do. But it's very important to definitely put the Restore spray in, which is a heat protectant on this to help these fibers so you're not frying them either. But basically once you get that done, you just stick it on the stand and you let it dry overnight. But with the life of these, it's about 3 to 6 months for a synthetic, is what I'd say. Now, like I said, though, you can get longer wear out of them if you're not wearing them. That's 8 hours a day, every day. But if you have two, wash one, wear one, you're going to get longer wear out of them too. But to washing, it's real easy. Shampoo, fill up your basin, or a sink with cold water, depending on the length of your wig. 1 to 2 capfuls of your synthetic shampoo. Let it soak for 10 minutes, but you definitely want to make sure that it is combed out. With like this one, I would do a wide tooth comb from the ends up. With your shorter ones, you could do, I even recommend from the ends up, but very gently, just let's say this is my comb like this with it. You don't want to pull or tug on these. But stick it in the basin for 10 minutes with the shampoo, definitely cold water, never hot water. Pull it out, and then you will rinse it with cold water. I have a towel, sort of roll it up, squeeze it out, and then shake it out, spray some Restore spray on it, do any correction if needed. If not, if it's a regular synthetic fibers, don't do any correction to it. You'll stick it on your open wig stand and let it air dry overnight. And then in the morning, comb it out, throw it on, and you're ready to go. With the human, when you wash those out, you're going to have a little bit more styling towards that. You're going to have to, I let mine air dry overnight. But when you wash these, you basically want to do lukewarm water to cold water. I do about a quarter size of shampoo. I get it in my hands and I just go down through here like this. I get into my cap, make sure my cap is done, rinse it out with lukewarm water. Conditioner on your human hair, you never want to get it up here on the lace top, just because it's going to loosen those knots and eventually you'll start losing hair up there if you start putting conditioner up here. So conditioner, I do about the same, about a quarter. I rub it in my hand and then I just go down like this. And then I do it around the face framing areas. And if you have little bangs, just be gentle and put some on the bang area. And then I might let that sit on there for about 5 to 15 minutes just to let it really soak up that conditioner. And rinse it out with warm water. And then I cold shot it with cold water to shut down those cuticles. And then I take a towel, wrap it in the towel, squeeze it out. You can throw it on and get your part where you want it. Put it on a wig stand, let it air dry. Or if you need it quickly, I even tell my ladies, if you can let it air dry for about 30 minutes to an hour, that's just less heat that you're putting on it and less wear and tear. But you can put it on. We sell canvas mannequin heads to do any type of styling with our human hair. So you would put that on there and then do it through the ear tabs just to secure it there to the canvas head, and then blow dry it out and do any styling with those is what you would do. And as far as that's pretty much the care, the life, and the pricing of human hair wigs. So hopefully that helps some of you ladies at least, but don't be scared. We tell our ladies, I know we throw up a lot of information the day you come to see us, but if you ever feel like you have questions, please feel free to call or text and we'll get back with you if you do come and see us here at Georgia Hair.
That's great information. Thank you, Tracy. And I think it just amazes me how natural they do look on you. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what are some options for payments and reimbursements? I know with the cost, that can be prohibited, kind of a little bit hard even. So
yes, exactly. We unfortunately do not take insurance, but what we tell our ladies is if they have a health savings plan, to check there, because sometimes you can use that money in your health savings plan to apply to a wig. Also to check, also to get a cranial prosthetic prescription from your oncologist, along with a receipt from us, which we will give you with our tax ID number. You can submit that to your insurance to see if they'll reimburse you. I always tell my ladies check, because some insurance unfortunately do not cover cranial prosthetics. But when you call to check, always ask, do you cover cranial prosthetics, which is technically a wig? And they will let you know whether or not if you're covered for one free wig a year or a portion or all. It just varies per insurance. Another thing that Diana has created, and and that she is just so passionate about is warrior wigs, and that's the wig stands for Women in God. And so, one thing that she's always been passionate about and she wants to do is just to be able to help these ladies get what they're needing as far as a wig going through this process and this cancer journey. And so there is a nonprofit. It's almost fully functional. We may be a few months, 5 months out, but they are, taking donations, and we've been able to award several warrior wigs to young ladies and other ladies through their journey cancer. But you can go to warriorwigs.org. There is an application process that you have to go through, and they award you so much to go towards a wig or, up to depending on what you decide to purchase. But all of that is done through them. And if you do qualify, we are notified at that point who that person is. And then you set up a schedule with one of our locations. And I think they also have another company that is also associated with Warrior Wigs too, that they can also go to.
Wow, that's great. That's a great option for many women.
Yes, it is. It is. And I think so far here in Oklahoma, we have awarded four or five warrior wigs so far. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's definitely been a blessing, and just to be able to see the smiles on their face. So
Great. So, what are the steps? Say a lady is newly diagnosed, getting ready to start her chemotherapy, has been told by her doctor that she will lose her hair. What are the steps that they need to do to get connected with you?
okay, there's several steps. We have several ladies that they come in before they lose their hair just to sort of see what they like, and then they return after they lose their hair. Or some ladies come in after they lose their hair or after they've lost their hair. It just really depends on the lovely lady and what she prefers. But there's several ways that you can get in contact with us. You can go to Georgia Hair Solutions, and it will have each of our locations. You can book online, but we tell our ladies that are going through treatment, if you do that, that is not a problem. That's great. But if we know you're going through treatment, normally we charge a consultation fee. But that is something that we try to waive for our ladies, just because they are going through so much financial issues and burdens just with all the treatments. So that is one thing that we do try to bless our ladies with, is not having that consultation fee. So if you do book online, that's fine. There's other ways that we reimburse that to you. But you can either book online, you can call either store, and we can set up an appointment directly and give you dates and times. So those are just a couple options there as far as booking. But once you do book the day of your appointment, what you'll do is you'll come in. We do by appointment only, just to give our ladies the privacy and the security that they need going through this process. We do have a private room at the Edmond location and then sort of an open area. But like I said, we're by appointment only. If anything, there might be one other appointment going on sometimes. But other than that, we pretty much stay private. We don't take walk-ins. Just because we want to keep that as private as possible. But it is an hour consultation, so we go through helping size what you need, the colors, all the gamma care, all of that sort of what I went through today is everything that we go through with you the day of your appointment.
That's great. So for our ladies that would like to reach out to you, what's your contact information, Tracy?
You can call us at 405-492-8560, And then if you're closer to the Georgia location for some reason, the Georgia number is 770-371-0022. And that location is Jackson, Georgia. And of course, our location is Edmond, Oklahoma. The number is 405-492-8560. So that is one way that you can get a hold of us. Also, info@georgiahairsolutions.com. If you've got any questions there, you can do that. Or you can also submit a submission form with like your information and what you're needing. And one of our ladies at our shop will contact you, or at George's Hair Shop too. So there is several different ways of being that we can be contacted. Our Jackson location does offer online consultation. So if you're not able to make it to the store, if you're going through treatment and aren't able to come to either location, you can book online for an online consultation. And that's a 30-minute consultation. And then that way, there's a questionnaire, what you're going through. And Melissa will love to help you there too.
Wow, that's a great option for our ladies.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Tracy.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it. And until next time, ladies, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.